welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sarah Palmyra and I love chatting about skincare, makeup, and all things beauty. Now, you may be confused by the newish, oldish, bluish background. This is not an old video, this is a new video. I am just at my parents' house for the holidays, and so the blue background is temporarily back. I'm super excited to bring you guys this video. It's an easy holiday get ready with me look, but my favorite part of this video is that it is in collaboration with one of my favorite people and one of my favorite people here on YouTube, which is Kyla Fish. So if you don't know who Kyla is, and I'm sure you already do, she is a YouTuber here who focuses on cruelty-free beauty, and she just has such a positive, warm energy on her channel, but she also really focuses on using the makeup that you currently own and have, which I absolutely love, and not purchasing everything that's out there. So be sure to check her video out. I will link it down below and I will have it linked up here. She is also going to be doing a Get Ready With Me video featuring her makeup faves of 2020, and so it'll be a nice way for you guys to see our faves. I wonder if there will be crossover. We'll have to wait and see. So without further ado, let's get into the holiday look featuring my favorite products of 2020. Hello, you are all zoomed into the face. You guys know the drill. Let's get started with the makeup. So this should come as absolutely no surprise to any of you, but one of my favorites for prepping the face is the Vita Liberata Beauty Blur. Now this is a skin tone optimizer. It really just blurs the pores and adds a beautiful luminosity to the skin without feeling heavy or looking too shiny. I love wearing this even on just no makeup days. It also looks beautiful on mature skin. My mom has used this many a time and it just wakes up the face. I can't really describe it, but it is my favorite primer slash luminizer that I've ever tried. Comes in a variety of different shades. It adds a little bit of warmth and glow without looking kind of obviously fake, and I absolutely adore it. As you can see, it gives us a really glowy finish. Just 10 out of 10 recommend. Now for foundation, I wanted to give a couple of options because I realized that not everybody has crazy dry skin. Now, one of my absolute favorites of 2020 has been the Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation, as well as Ilia's Super Serum Skin Tint. You guys know this. Some of my earliest videos are going in depth about these two products and talking about them, but I do admit that not everyone would like super emollient products. So I also did discover two favorites that I think would be appropriate for oilier skins, which includes the Morphe Skin Tint, absolutely beautiful, as well as the Uoma Beauty Foundation. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but this is a very nice medium coverage foundation that I think would work with a lot of different skin types. But for the purpose of this video, and because I'm dry AF, I'm actually gonna mix a little bit of the Ilia with a little bit of their foundation. So I'm just gonna take a couple of drops here. And then as that runs down the face, I absolutely love this foundation for winter skin and just my skin type in general. I have pretty dry skin and this spreads absolutely beautifully on the face, and it really does look glowy and skin-like without drying my skin out. It's never gonna do that thing where it kind of crusts and crumbles as the moisture evaporates from your skin. So I really like it during the winter. It is hot here in California, but it's also very dry. And I'm gonna be blending this out with the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. This is a pretty new discovery to me, but having tried and been a faithful user of the Beauty Blender for years, I can confirm that I like this a lot better. So it is definitely my tool of choice and I will be continuing to use it. It's also way more affordable. As you can see, this blends in super seamlessly. I don't even have to try to blend the product out because it is just that emollient. And now that that's given us a really glowy base, it's time to move on to concealer. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, another new favorite from this year. I just love it. It's super hydrating and it provides a medium coverage, I would say. I hesitate to say full because I do know that concealers like the Tarte Shape Tape do exist, and I'm not sure it's quite that same coverage, but I definitely feel like it could be built up to that coverage. It's one of my favorite fuller coverage concealers I've tried. It's super affordable, blends out like a dream, and it does not crease. I'm just gonna use this to kind of shape the face a little bit. We're gonna go down the nose and under the eyes. Next up for blush and highlight, I'm gonna go in with the Kosas. This is the Color and Light in the cream version, and this is the shade Tropic Equinox. This should also come as no surprise to many of you, as I absolutely love the Color and Light palettes by Kosas. You get a fabulous mirror in here as well, and they're gonna give that wet look to the skin that is just so dreamy. So I'm gonna go in with their blush shade. I really like this one because it's also kind of a brownie nude. Reminds me of the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. It's going to work as a bronzy blush, and you don't have to apply bronzer when you're using this, I find, but if you want to, you can. There's almost no need for a highlighter when you have this amazing glow to the cheeks, but of course I am going to use the highlighter that comes with. It's this really pretty champagne-y shade, and I'm just going to lightly tap that on the tops of the cheekbones. The Cupid's bow, super important. The top of my nose, in between my eyebrows, I like to add light there, as well as underneath my brows. And just look at that. That's just this incredible warmth to the face, and it never looks overdone, which I also really, really appreciate. These Color and Light palettes are super wearable. They also come in a powder version, which I really like as well. So if you're not like a creams gal, I totally understand. Highly recommend you check them out, even though they seem like one of Kosas' more boring products. They're also one of Kosas' best products. For bronzer, this is a really tricky category to choose because, again, I feel like I've tried a new bronzer that has really taken the cake for me, and that is Arrive's Beauty Bronzer. My shade is light medium. I also adore the brush it comes with, which is Arrive's brush, and I'm just gonna take that and gently sweep that everywhere. I really like this. It's talc free. It gives a gorgeous, gorgeous color to the face. And I'm just gonna very gently sweep that right under where we've placed the blush from Kosas. And I'm gonna also take it across the forehead. Again, super pretty, very wearable, clean beauty. We love it. And because you guys know I have oily eyelids, I'm also gonna take that same bronzer and just run it in my eye crease. I always like to do this just to set everything and create that monochromatic look. I'm also gonna take a touch underneath my lip. It's just gonna create a little bit of a shadow there that's gonna make the lips appear bigger. And to powder the face, this is not a super affordable powder, but it's genuinely my favorite powder of 2020. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. It's kind of gross looking, and it's because I really like to actually set my face with my beauty sponge pressed into this powder. It creates a beautiful airbrushed effect on the skin. So I just like to take my beauty sponge and tap it, and then I just basically tap it in any area that appears shiny. It removes the shine and blurs pores and does not make my face look dry. And as a dry skin gal, this is really important. It has almond oil in the formula, and I wonder if that's what makes it such a finely milled, smooth powder. But regardless, I never feel like I look chalky or dry. It just really, I don't know, it's just beautiful. You're gonna have to try it in person. And when it's safe to shop in store again, I highly recommend that you feel the texture of this powder. You apply it to the areas of your face that are kind of shiny. Even if you have oily skin, the way that this blurs out pores is worth checking out. Next, we have eyes, and I was going to say that my favorite of 2020 was the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in the shade Bet, but I have found something very, very similar by Ilia, which is a lot more affordable. This is the Liquid Chromatic Eye Tint in the shade Sheen. It is a gorgeous goldy liquid shadow that sets immediately. I don't even have to prime it, and I think it's a very similar shade to the Charlotte Tilbury. It sets beautifully, but you do have time to blend it out. And I think this is a gorgeous shadow, not only just for every day, but for the holidays. It's gorgeous. It's just a nice goldy brownie nude that is just so festive and beautiful. This look is also really easy. You don't have to be a makeup artist to do it. What I like to do is I like to take it and blend it on the lid and then a little bit towards the outer corner just to create a cat eye shape. as well, especially because my eyes are slightly hooded. So if your eyes are slightly hooded and when you look straight ahead, you don't have a lot of lid space, you're going to want to blend it out almost touching your eyebrow so that you can see the shade of what you're wearing. But I love this because look, I've blended it out super easy and it looks like such a complicated eyeshadow look when we both know it was super easy. Now for brows, I know that I've been using Benefit's Brow Wiz religiously, but I did want to give an alternative in case you want to amp it up for the holidays. This is Patrick Ta's Brow Shaping Wax in the shade Clear. I really like using a spoolie with this and just wetting the spoolie. And it creates this really interesting consistency. You can also use a bar of soap, but I just like that everything is compact in here. And I love taking it and running my brow hairs and flicking them up. This also sets them really beautifully. And I do really like the fluffy look. It's very similar to what the Benefit Brow Wiz can achieve, except for that adds a few fibers and doesn't really set the hairs. And this guy sets the hairs and doesn't dispense any extra color. But I really like the look that this gives my brows. You can also take a brow pencil. This is that same spoolie. It's the Revlon Colorstay. This is in the shade dark brown. So I use the spoolie from this guy. And you can also just take the spoolie and I'm just gonna flick a few hairs just in the front of my brows. That's where I have the most sparsity. And because I haven't been able to get a touch up from having them microbladed because of the pandemic, I'm starting to have to do that myself because they are fading a little bit. All right, now for the lips, I have a couple different options. I do have the Revlon Lip Liner in the shade MInk. You guys have seen this. I think it's a really, really pretty wearable nude. You can create a lovely little shape here. It's very soft. And as you can see, I like to overline the lips and then add these little dashes to make my lips appear larger. And then of course, the Jouer Essential Lip Balm in the shade Peony. I have used this, oh my gosh, almost every time I can get a chance. So many good lip products came out this year, but this is really the one that I was faithful to. This looks like kind of glossy, but I always get compliments when I wear this. People want to know what nude I'm wearing, and it's just so gorgeous. It is the perfect nude, and it really conditions my lips as well. I think that's stunning, but I know that on the holidays, people like a red lip. So I'm gonna show you another option in case you're like, Sarah, this is not holiday enough for me. I'm also realizing now as I stare into the viewfinder that I did not apply mascara or tell you what my favorites were. So Shiseido eyelash curlers, these are $22. Do I think they're worth it? Absolutely. They lift my lashes super easily, and I just think they're a high quality pair of lash curlers because they don't rust as well. Now for mascara, we have two faves. We have two faves and they're completely different. Now, for those of you who have recently discovered me, you know I love the Milk Kush mascara. I love it because it's very soft. It feels like it conditions my lashes and it's easy to remove. It is a thicker, more wet, heavy volumizing formula, but I love it as it dries out a little bit. Absolutely love it. The second one is the Ilia mascara, the Limitless lash. It's the opposite. It's a little bit of a drier formula and it's very separating and curling. It's not so much wet and volumizing, but it lifts the lashes. So I'm gonna show you one on each eye so that you can compare. This is the Ilia. I first like to use it on the separating side to define and separate, and then I like to spin it over and use this side to add volume. And on this side, I'm gonna go in with the Milk. All right, and I'm sorry if I appear sweaty. It's because I am. I have hot lights in here and it's a hot, hot day. But let me show you that alternative lip color that I said I would. So if you like a holiday red, I know I haven't talked about this before, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade So Marilyn. It is a gorgeous red lip for the holidays. It's a very blue-based red, and it's just rich, and it would also make a great gift because look at that packaging. But I'm gonna pop it on so that you can see. So there you have it, a gorgeous red lip for the holidays. I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see how everything is wearing.
And there you have it, you guys. I feel like this is such a fresh skinned makeup look, and it's really easy to do, but so classic at the same time. We're looking glowy, we're looking dewy. I love it.
All right, you guys, so that is the finished makeup look. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to check out KYLA'S video. She is such a lovely person, such a delight, such a warm energy, and I love her makeup looks as well. Can't wait to see what her favorites are. Please comment below your favorite makeup of 2020. I want to know. Seriously, I mean it. I want to add to my list. What do you think I should be talking about that I haven't been talking about? Once again, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next video, which will be featuring my skincare favorites as well. Wishing you a very, very safe and happy holiday season with your loved ones, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!